And as the adage goes, buy the rumor, sell the news. That being said, news of remarkable earnings by Samsung Electronics prompted rampant profit-taking on the local bourse, pushing the benchmark KOSPI down. Our Do-yeon covers Tuesday's trade.
The benchmark KOSPI on Tuesday closed down 4.91% at 7,656.31 points. The massive drop triggered an intraday circuit breaker, halting trading on the main bourse for 20 minutes in the afternoon. This followed a sidecar activation earlier in the morning. The collapse was driven by a sharp plunge in major semiconductor stocks. Samsung Electronics posted an earnings surprise early in the day with tentative revenue of 89.4 trillion won or $58.5 billion. However, the record figure sparked aggressive profit-taking, sending its shares down roughly 6.9% to close at 296,000 won. Rival SK hynix also tumbled, closing down 6% at 2,201,000 won. Foreign investors drove the broader market rout, dumping a net 2.9 trillion won on Tuesday alone and extending their selling streak to 13 consecutive days. Over the past month, foreign investors have offloaded more than 42.3 trillion won from the KOSPI, or around $27.7 billion. Retail investors try to absorb the shock with a net purchase of 3.1 trillion won on the day, bringing their one-month total to more than 37.9 trillion won. Institutional investors also recorded a net sell-off of 309.7 billion won. With foreign investors continuing to sell off Korean shares and global chipmakers also seeing stock declines, analysts say skepticism over the semiconductor sector is growing.
There are doubts about whether the strong earnings of semiconductor companies are sustainable. Furthermore, following the recent rapid rally, much of these expectations were already priced into the market.
At the same time, retail investors' ability to defend the index is showing signs of exhaustion. Korea Financial Investment Association data shows investor deposits have fallen sharply from roughly 137 trillion won in late June to 118 trillion won by July 3rd. Though local markets panicked, securities firms say it is too early to declare the end of the AI cycle. They point to upcoming U.S. big tech earnings at the end of July as the next critical variable. Meanwhile, the tech-heavy KOSDAQ hit its lowest level of the year on Tuesday, closing at 831.23. 김도연, 아리랑뉴스.